Okay. Hey everybody, I'm TantNJess, and this is episode 6, 7? I'm doing the math in my head. 6. Episode 6 of the Startropics 2 Speedrun Guide. Today we'll be covering Chapter 5.2, which is a very, very difficult chapter. This is probably the most difficult dungeon in the game, if you ask me. You'll notice that I'm coming in with a bit lower of hearts. That's because I did do a boss skip at the end of the last chapter. So this is assuming you did the boss skip. You may have more hearts than this. If you do, that's really going to be beneficial to you. But as long as you have more than 5 or more, that's going to be important from this point forward. You're going to start by walking up here. And this donkey will go ahead and give you the Super Psychic Shockwave upgrade. This weapon is almost as powerful as your dagger. It's like, I don't know, it's like 83% as powerful as your dagger. I might be right about that. But it has a little bit better range and much better fire rate. So for the most part, it'll dispatch enemies the same as the dagger, but it's faster. So we're going to use it all the time. The caveat is you need 5 hearts or more to use it. And we're going to use it right off the bat. So let's go ahead. Before I get into the level, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a screen wrap. This is possible in a couple areas of the game. Basically, what could happen is you can jump into this wall on the corner crack, and the game will crash if you land there. Let's see. It's not from here, is it? No, it's definitely from here. There it is. And the game's definitely 100% hosed if that happens. So don't do that. But if you go in and come out, you can get the screen to wrap one line. So let me explain what I mean by that. And I'll fix the music before we continue. Oops. Got stuck in the wall. Like that. Now you can see that everything shifted down one tile. So the graphics on screen haven't changed, but the graphics here are down one tile from where they were. So the mic is just one tile off, and you can keep doing that over and over if you want. I crashed the game. I'm not going to spend too much time on that part. It doesn't do anything for you. If there is certain rooms you could trigger it on command, you might be able to skip areas of dungeons. But basically what happens is, if you lower the screen more than 3 tiles, you try to go in this door, it won't load. So I'm going to walk out, and then walk back up. You can essentially get Mike walking around the blacks area, which is kind of funny looking. Again, buffer a jump in here, and then, buffer 2 jumps, and then you walk through the door here. Now, this first room's a little tricky. So what you're going to do is kind of try to kill 2 of the scorpions from here. They can hit you, so you're sort of playing with luck a little bit, but... And then once you get 2 of them dead, I like to jump across, because the third one's usually easy to manage, but of course it gave me a hard time there. This room can cost you a lot of time in a run. If you have 5.5 hearts like I do, it gets hairy. So I usually like to kill 2 scorpions here and from the bottom, and then jump over like this and wait for the third one to shoot, and then kill them like that. So yeah, just things to think about. Also, because this is height, it does compensate Mike, so you can do a jump over 2 pits there. There's areas we used that in earlier, but you don't get to see it all that often. Alright, so this next room, you need to be prepared for firsthand. You're going to actually jump this way, coming into the room. So I'm going to hold A and down right. And go ahead and grab this medicine. This medicine will probably be a lifesaver to you, so I get it every time I do this level. Every single time, I just go get it. Even if I don't have 5 hearts of damage, I still get it. I think I've skipped it maybe 2 times ever. You'll need this. You'll need this because this level's tough. So, grab it, and then you kill the scorpion. That's usually my strat. Diagonal up, and then come to the arrow pads and walk like this. We're going to walk up left. And then you're going to jump right to this platform. Don't jump too late, or that will happen to you. So let's, maybe just buffer the jump right off the bat. So I'll just go ahead and hold A, and then it should jump right off the bat. You're going to jump over them, and you don't need to kill them. In fact, don't kill them, because you'll trigger a door to open, so it's slower. So definitely don't kill them. Try to jump over them. Kill one if you have to in that area, but for the most part, you can just jump those scorpions. If you do take a little bit of damage, that's part of the reason we picked up the medicine. This room is tricky. What you're going to kind of do is do like a zigzag around the room, almost like your uncontrollable DVD video logo, and you're going to bounce off all the walls. So the reason for that is because these guys kind of react to you a little bit, and we need to get them to walk in a pattern that we don't take damage. So I'm going to walk up to the right, back up to the left, back up to the right, and then probably down again. So let's see how it goes out. And there I made it through without having to go back down, which is great. But sometimes he doesn't cooperate, and then that happens. If that happens, if this guy doesn't come up, then you can try and time it so that you walk past them when they're between tiles, because they cannot change directions between tiles. Thanks for the good luck, Dakar Mist. We're trying to put the guide together here for Chapter 5, 2. This is one of the hardest levels. These guys do a lot of damage to you. So when you do make contact with them, that's another reason we got the medicine. Sometimes they're almost impossible to avoid. But sometimes you get around them just like that. They are very random, as you can see. So sometimes the other one chases you down from behind. It's very difficult. You can kill them if you want, but then you have to wait for them to blow up. So that's why it isn't just obviously like, oh, I'll just kill them. Sometimes it's a good option. Sometimes it's not. What you're going to do is you're going to want the dagger equipped before we go into this room. And you're going to walk right down to this spot, the center tile, and throw up one. And I didn't quite do it right, but because I was switching weapons there. But you're going to walk down here, one dagger, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then just keep spamming until you get them all. That will make that room so much easier for you. If you've never done it before, if you've played the game casually, that room probably drove you nuts. What happens here is, when you hit the treasure chest with the dagger, they all turn into these really fast coins. Now, in the first level, you only have the psychic shockwave, which takes 2 hits to kill them. But now you have the super psychic shockwave, which just kills them in 1 hit, makes them a lot faster, and then makes a strategy like this possible, whereas the first level we couldn't do it that way. If you use the super psychic shockwave, they stay as chests. They don't switch. And they take 3 hits each. They're easy to kill, but it takes a lot more time to do it that way. If you just do this strat, you'll get it every time, and you'll save a lot of time here and probably a lot of damage. Now this room, it's another boulder room. We're going to use the arrow pad to help us jump around the rocks. If for some reason you are back to below health again here, there is a medicine in this room right here. So it's better to pick up this medicine if you're low health than try to risk it. You're much better off picking up that medicine over dying. Dying here is atrocious. It puts you in a very bad position. So I recommend, just if you are low on health, you've used your medicine already, go ahead and use it. Now, oh, see, I made a mistake there. And that's okay, because it's a perfect time before you pick up this star. If you have 5 hearts or more of white damage, go ahead and use your medicine before picking up the star. It'll make it easier to buffer this star. And you're going to need the hearts anyway. You won't really get to reclaim them. So the star is exactly what you think it does. It provides Mike temporary invincibility. So we'll use it on the boss. There's 2 of them in the level, but this is the only one that's fast to get. So we've debated long and hard about which boss we should use it on. And the consensus is the boss of the level. Also, now you have Super Psychic Shockwave, you can kill rocks. So you can 3 hits to kill that boulder, and you can jump around it. And it's another boulder jump around. If you don't jump around the boulder, you do have to jump up the traditional way. You'll do a little something like this, where you'll walk like this, and then you'll jump. And then you'll be a little bit behind on the cycle. So you can just wait. You can kill it and then go on through still. Just a little bit slower. So yeah, this room in full, you're going to walk the arrow pads. Use the arrow pads to boost Mike over a little bit. It also makes that jump a little easier. Alright, in this next room, we're going to do a strat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might have to react to this. Just like that. If you do that, you're going to be in good shape. Sometimes they don't act the same way. There you go. They each take 4 hits of the Super Psychic Shockwave, which is what I used here. The next room is the Minecart Boss. This is one of the most difficult bosses in the game because he's completely inconsistent. He can spawn from any one of 4 directions, and there's not a lot you can do about it. So what we're gonna do is there's a couple ways you can go about it. I'll show you 3 methods of handling the boss. They're from least difficult to most difficult. The first one will just be to walk straight up to center and react to how he spawns. Wait, you don't want to spend a ton of time killing the gold guys, because if you have time to do it, but he'll just drop another one, and they're a pain in the butt to get rid of. So that's option 1, right? You can just walk to the center, try to figure out where he is, get as many hits as you can, try to get away from the golden enemies if you can help it. There you go. So you'll get hit here. You almost always will get hit on this boss. Part of the reason we got the medicine. Part of the reason I said get the other medicine if you need it. They're all very important things. So one more time with the middle strat. It kind of puts you in a safe spot, and then I'd try to get away from the gold enemies if I can help it. It also gives me some space to deal with the minecart. Option B is try and anticipate where he's going to spawn and then go for it. So I like to go for up left. That seems to be a good spot. Now he didn't spawn at up left, so I'll just stay up, point up right. So I'll do it again. I'll go assume he's going to be up left. Now that's the one. If he does spawn bottom left and you go up left, that's the risk of this strategy, is that it can cover 3 of the 4 options, but if he does give you the option that you don't want, then you're going to be in a bad spot. And actually I did get a good jump there, so and the color doesn't change his pattern at all. It just indicates how close he is to dying. Actually, I've handled the minecart pretty well, despite. So let's try up left again. You see, I got a lot of damage in, and then I went over here. That was nearly a 2 cycle. A 2 cycle is good. I've never seen anyone get a 1 cycle in a run. It's possible, but 2 cycle would be great for a run. 3 cycles fine. 4 cycles not great, and then after that it gets ugly. Sometimes 5, 6, 7. And this guy's a pain. And the more health you take, the more chance you have of losing this. If you lose the Super Psychic Shockwave on this boss, it's not pleasant. And it may be even worth using the star at that point. You just say use the star here and try to regain your health. But as you get familiar with the run, it'll be up to you on how you want to use the star. So let's go ahead and do the last strat. Oops. So this requires a special setup where I'm gonna go buffer a shot and then buffer a second shot, and basically put myself on a pixel that I can hit him, but he can't hit me. So you can take a look at what I'm gonna do, and if he does spawn at the top, fine. But so this strategy covers if he spawns on the bottom pretty well. But if he spawns on the top, you can still get him pretty good like I just did. And it's going to be a 3 cycle. There you go. All good there. But if he spawns on the bottom, you kind of have to jump after him. Let's see, this will be 4 at least. Nope, it's going to be 5. 6. And you can see how it just gets out of control so quickly. 7. And the time just gets away from you. So 8 cycle there. That was quite abysmal. That was kind of where I want to be. He can't touch me, but I can touch him, kind of thing. And that was a 3 cycle. That's fine. So I'm not sure how to explain this. How do I explain the buff? You're gonna buffer down B and then jump up A, or jump up B and A, which gets you on the right tile. Almost 1 cycled him. So you can see where that strategy can be very effective, but you have to get the right RNG. Everything's random about this boss. So practice on this boss. It is one of the most miserable bosses in the game. You can do whatever strategy that works for you. Just remember that the goldies take 2 hits to knock out the super and 1 with the dagger. So, and they come right back. I usually don't find it worth the time to kill them unless you have nothing better to do. Unless they're in your way and he's off screen, you can just kill one real quick. Get an easy shot. Go for it. Okay, so I'll save in between the doors this time. And as I mentioned before, not taking damage is going to still be more important there. You still need your Super Sega Shockwave. So I usually take the Scorpion on the right first, and then the 2 on the left. That's pretty consistent, though, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Same with this room. You're just going to make your way here to the switch. If you keep moving, you should never really be bothered by the minor enemies. What you're going to do here is going to walk straight up. If you have enough health, you can just damage boost it. Occasionally they won't walk in your way, so that'll work out for you. If you want to do it where they just trigger one like that, you could do that on either side. You can see how random these guys are. Sometimes they give me a good pattern. So you can I triggered that Scorpion and then I went through the door. So that way you don't have to walk way out of the way on them, but. And that's how you handle it. Now, what you're going to do here is you're going to walk up through here. And you can get 4 hearts for free with no time lost, essentially. Just like that. I don't have like timing or movement for that room. It's all reaction. Just practice it. You'll get the hang of it as you go. The next room is Monster Miner the Boss. This is what we saved the star for. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what the boss is like without using the star in case you did use the star on the minecart. Because sometimes using the star on the minecart can be ease your mind, but then you're going to have to fight this boss without it. So I'll show you with the star. It's pretty simple. You're just going to stay on top of him. And then I'll show you without the star. So you're going to walk, and either way you slice it, you're going to try and do this. As soon as you get stunned, you're going to do a pause buffer and then up and A to use the star, and then you can't unpause for a little while for some reason. So you just hold the start button until it unpauses again. From here, you're just going to lay into them. These boulders do block your shot, so it's better just to do jump shots here. And then you just wipe out the boss pretty fast. I'll do the star one again real quick. You can try to jump over it. There's like one particular frame you can jump over it on, but it depends on how you stunned him. So it's not always a consistent jump frame. So it's more of a get lucky thing. But yeah. Now if you don't use the star, this is still the same strategy to start. Now when he does those lunges, he almost always does like in a V formation of some kind. So that boss is, I'd rather fight that boss without the star than fight the I'd rather fight the minecart, just because you can kill the minecart fast. Sometimes that boss, those boulders are really random and there's nothing you can do about it. I was hoping I could get so see, like, he jumped diagonal down and then he jumped straight. So yeah, so he almost always does a jump pattern in an obtuse or acute angle. There is an acute angle. And you can see how difficult it's getting because of the boulders being in the way. So yeah, this is why I like to use the star here. And you just buffer the star. But if you are trying to figure out how to react to his patterns, he always jumps in a acute or an obtuse angle. So he'll do one straight jump and then one angled jump diagonal. And that's it. You're clear of chapter 5-2. So all we have left to do is go ahead and grab the Tetshred. And once again, you get a health refill here. Another reason why the health is so important here. And you know, imagine that you take your one health coming out of this level. You just took a 10-second penalty for being at 1 health. So, and then that's chapter 5. So we'll be back. The next episode we'll cover. I think we'll cover the entirety of chapter 6 in one episode. It's very strict instructions, so we'll cover it all in one episode, and we'll see you all in the next one.